Hey everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Ramble, the show where I take all the thoughts that I have in the shower and then decide to put them into a microphone for the entire world to hear. So, actually, speaking of which, I kind of find it weird how, is it just me, or do most of the best thoughts that people have happen in the shower? Like, I'll just be standing here and I'll be thinking, like, I don't know, I don't have a really good one, but I'll be having thoughts like, hey, what if this happens? Or, like, what if I should do this or do that? Or, oh, if I think about it, it's actually harder to tell a first person story in a movie because of the fact that when you're reading like in first person, you're seeing it through other people's eyes, and then you lose a lot from it. I'm actually going to talk about that later in this episode now, because that's actually a pretty good thought that I just remember that I had in the shower. Anyhow, I think it's because when you get into this sort of weird bored state, that's when it happens the most. Like, it's like when you have nothing to focus on and you're just kind of like there and you're doing nothing and you don't have all the noise buzzing around you and you're not trying to pay attention, that's when you get your best ideas. And the most natural place to do that is in the shower, I think. Or unless you take a bath, like a weirdo. I mean, I don't judge. You can take a bath. I don't think I've taken a bath since... When was the last time I took a bath? I think I was like 4 or 5. I don't know. Comment down below if you take a bath or a shower. I'm actually kind of curious. And actually, why do more people take a shower? Is it because it's quicker? It has to be because it's quicker, right? Yeah, I think so. Because when you're getting into the shower, you just jump in, do the things, and then get the thing. And then you're done. But like a bath, you have to wait for it to fill up, then get it warm, and then it's slow. I don't know. Baths are fun, though. Baths are peaceful. I always thought that the bath was a pool, and I wanted to dive into it. And then I learned it was shallow, and that's why you can't do that. I didn't learn it the hard way. I've heard stories that apparently my dad has a scar on his head, however, or somewhere, because he did dive into the bathtub. Parent stories are the best, especially grandparent stories, right? Like, grandparents always have the best stories, I feel like. Or, I think it's because, well, obviously because they've been on this earth longer and then have more tales to tell. But, I don't know, it's fun to listen to people tell these kind of stories, tell these tales, because they're so human. Because humans make mistakes, and I mean, there are only two things that you can do when you make a mistake. It's to let it consume you, or to laugh at it and learn from it. Laugh at it and learn from it. Don't just laugh at it, because then what's the point of making the mistake if you're not going to learn? So if you that's my number one advice to a lot of people, is if you make a mistake, please learn from it. Like, don't let it consume you, because then you're going to feel guilty and you're going to stop from doing a lot of other risks, stop from taking a lot of other things, doing a lot of other things. And I've made many mistakes. I'm not going to go all over them, because let's not relive them. But they come back to me. I think they come back to everybody. But really, the difference between them coming back from you and them like controlling your life is like, when they come to you, you gotta recognize that you messed up that one time. You're not gonna mess up again, because if it keeps haunting you and you're afraid of messing it up, then just recognize that you won't mess it up and just be done. Because otherwise it haunts you, and haunting is thanks, Owen. Yes, greatly appreciated for that moral insight. Don't let things haunt you. Call an exorcist. Or call the Ghostbusters. I don't know. I like that movie. That was a funny movie. Movies are great. I like movies a lot. Sometimes. What I find interesting... Not find interesting. What I don't like sometimes is movies that are based off books. Because I understand, like, they want to make them different. They want to do this, they want to do that. Making the same thing that the book already has. And like the books are much longer or whatever, but books are a different medium. And it's great to see like the worlds come to life. However, sometimes, especially in first person stories, I'm going to use the Hunger Games as an example, because this is where I actually like thought of the idea, is that like through Katniss, we see a lot of the first person story. A lot of the charm from it comes from Katniss, comes from her perspective, comes from how she sees the world. All the storytelling all the stuff comes from her head, and I feel like a bit of it is lost when it goes over, because now we're seeing it in a third-person perspective when we know the story from a first-person perspective. And it's like we're not hearing her thoughts anymore, and it removes a beat from the storytelling, which leads the directors to have to find different ways to tell the story, or just leave parts out altogether, or change parts, and it feels empty. Third-person views are, well, they usually make good stories as long as you, like, follow the beats. You don't need to follow it 100%, because I understand, like, sometimes you want to change it, sometimes you want to be unique. But, like, don't change it too much. Because what we're here to see our favorite story. Like, and by see, I mean literally see it. Because in a book, you can't really see it. You can only imagine. So we want to see our story. We don't want to see, like, something with the same characters, but they're not the same characters. They're not our characters. We want to see the story. And we want, like, and I guess that's something else that that's what a lot of people like about films over books, I guess, is that they can see it. I guess it adds another dimension to it, to the world. But I don't know. I don't know anything. I just sit in my bedroom and pretend like I know things. Pretend like I tell stories. I don't really tell stories, but I've read a lot of books, so I know a lot of things about that. Going back to the Hunger Games, because I really want to talk about the Hunger Games, because I find it very interesting. Because I think, like, in the movie, it must have been really fun to tell the Hunger Games in a context of a game show. And by that I mean, like, it's a game show. So you're basically writing a script inside of a script. And it must be interesting, like, to see how, like, it looks, how the world feels, how it just does. And that's the cool thing about movies. So you can kind of see that other air of dimension that I didn't really feel in the books. Is that it's in the context of a game show, and it's really cool. It's kind of neat. Like how it's neat. It's awesome how it feels. Cut that out. Anyhow, moving on. Sorry for the silence. Sorry if you can hear the voices in the background. That's my fault. Hopefully Alex can try his best. Just gonna cut this part out soon. Just don't even listen to this part. Okay, I'm gonna try my best here. Sorry for the background noise. Sorry that it kind of turned down a little bit. I'm trying to keep the background noise as small as possible. Sorry for that part of silence, Alex. Just cut that out for me. I know that's inconvenient, but whatever. Moving on. We're still on storytelling, right? So we're still doing that. I don't have much else to say about storytelling. Other than just, like, is that, like, you gotta make a unique plot and stuff. Yeah, I lost my train of thought, so we're gonna hop on a different one. Remember, kids, if you lose your ticket, don't care, and just like, steal another train, I guess. I don't know. Or just get your own transportation. You don't need that. Actually, let's move on. Speaking of methods of transport, I'm taking, like, driver's lessons right now. I'm doing all that kind of stuff. It's fun. It's interesting to learn all about that things, but what I find very interesting is how it, like, we progress with safety, we, like, update our vehicles, we, like, go with the times, and then, like, the people who are older, they don't change with it, even if it's better. Because, really, people don't like change. I have learned that people really do not like change, which is why I'm changing the volume on my mic again. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give everyone a headache by doing that. But that's just my forte. What? I'm in the middle of recording. Alright. Again, cut that out, Alex. Sorry, I'm gonna have a few minutes of cutting out, so I'm gonna go a few minutes longer than usual. I think we have about 4 minutes left. I think 4 minutes can do. Hopefully. I don't know. I have a few distractions. I can't really stop the video and then restart. Oh, I can pause it. Oh, well, look at that. I could have. That would have saved me a lot of grief. Sorry, Alex. Please don't hate me, man. He's gonna hate me. Okay. Okay, talking about like people just don't like change. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. But actually, I find this really interesting. Fun fact: if you I already told you this. You already know about not liking change. I don't need to talk about it again, cause that will be redundant. That's the beauty of rambles. That I don't even remember myself what I say. Who knows? I could have already said like half things I already said, and then I just sound like an idiot. You sound like an idiot regardless, but you know, that's fine. Isn't it? I think it is. Whatever. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, automobiles. um, like it's just like we started on horses. We started on our feet actually, and then we're like, oh, let's train these horses. And then people were like, ooh, let's use this, and then like go across the water, and then we just kept going and going and evolving our transportation because humans, because like we wanna get there fast because we're lazy. And we want to evolve, and we want to do that kind of stuff, so we did. Oh, look at that. And that's what we did. We evolved. We did a thing, and we... Wait, where was I? Don't worry, I'm okay. I'm just losing everything that I ever wanted. Do planes scare you? I mean... a lot of people are scared of planes, and I can understand why, due to reasons that will not be said on the show, due to controversial, due to not know. Just I don't know if you want to reference it, Alex. I don't care. Do what you want, but you know what I'm talking about. We all know what I'm talking about. But. And flying is scary in the first place because you're kind of like like if something fails, you there's no escape if something fails. I mean, there's other precautions for everything else. I mean, other than like boats are fine. Like, you get your lifeboats, seatbelts for cars if you're not an idiot. Well, I mean, sorry, Titanic. People are stupid. Like, why do we need to have a bunch of people die to think, oh, we should have enough lifeboats for everybody as a safety precaution? I don't know. Why do people need to learn lessons the hard way? I mean, never mind. I get that. So, the lesson of the day is, remember, guys, if you make a mistake, you're a failure for life. That's a joke. You're not a failure for life. You're learning. Remember, mistakes are the pathhood to being perfect. You'll never achieve being perfect, mind you, but you will get close if you recognize the mistakes that you make and learn from them. And with that message, I am going to I'm going to end the episode here. I think this was an okay episode. Please like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, with your family, share with the world. Oh crap, I forgot to put the date. Alex, the date is currently August 5th. Wednesday, August 5th. Please put that at the beginning of the episode. Same with like, put your suggestions down in the comments for things that you want me to talk about. And I'll see you sometime when I feel like talking again. Bye, guys.